What's up ninjas? Welcome back to the Gamecast, where we slice and dice through the latest games so you don't have to. My name is Denzel and today we're diving headfirst, or should I say katana first, into Ninja Gaiden 2 Black Remastered, which just dropped on Game Pass yesterday. So, is it worth your time or does it belong in the Shadow Realm? Stick around to find out and let's jump in. First, a little history lesson for those of you new to the Ninja Gaiden franchise. Originally released in 2008, Ninja Gaiden 2 was a hardcore hack and slash title that cemented Ryu Hayabusa's place as one of gaming's most iconic ninjas. Fast forward to now and we have Ninja Gaiden 2 Black Remastered, a shiny revamped version of the classic, but how does it hold up in 2025? Tecmo and Team Ninja didn't just slap on a fresh coat of paint and call it a day. This remaster includes enhanced textures, smoother frame rates and some serious upgrades to lighting and shadows. Playing this on a 4K TV? Chef's kiss. But more on the visuals later. Let's talk gameplay, which is what truly sets Ninja Gaiden apart from your average hack and slash. At its core, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black Remastered keeps everything that made the original a masterpiece and amps it up. Combat is lightning fast, brutally challenging and incredibly satisfying. The obliteration techniques? Still as gnarly as ever. There's nothing quite like lopping off an enemy's limb and finishing them with an over-the-top cinematic move. It's bloody, it's fleshy, and it's exactly why we love this series. Let's be honest, you're gonna die. A lot. Like, more times than you care to admit. This game is brutal, but that's the charm. It's not unfair, it's just punishing. Mastering controls, chaining combos and learning enemy patterns is where the magic happens. Speaking of challenges, let's talk bosses. Every encounter feels like an epic duel straight out of a samurai movie. Genshin is still one of my favorite rivalries in gaming, and in this remaster his fight is as intense as ever. Not to mention, the weapon variety in this game is perfect. From the classic dragon sword to the more exotic options like the lunar staff or dual katanas. Each weapon has its own unique combos and playstyles. It's like a buffet of destruction. You'll find your favorite tool of devastation. Each weapon also has a skill tree you can upgrade with essence, allowing you to unlock more devastating combos and techniques. The depth in combat means you'll always feel like you're evolving as a ninja. Now, what's actually new here? First off, the performance. On Xbox Series X we're getting a buttery-smooth 60 FPS with the option for 120 FPS if your setup supports it. Load times practically non-existent. This is the Ninja Gaiden experience we dreamed of back in 2008. Graphically the game feels fresh without losing its essence. Textures are sharper and environments, from the fiery depths of Mount Fuji to the neon-lit streets of Tokyo, look stunning in HDR. Plus there's a new dynamic camera mode that keeps the action front and center. It's a small change but it makes a big difference. Another neat addition, customizable difficulty. While the original was known for its punishing nature, the remaster introduces a ninja dog mode for those who just want to enjoy the story without the constant threat of death. But don't worry purist, Master Ninja difficulty is still here to make you cry. And let's not forget the mission mode, which is back and better than ever. This mode lets you take on bite-sized combat challenges that test your skills in increasingly difficult scenarios. Perfect for when you've mastered the main campaign and crave for even more punishment. Well, let's dive into the level design. Each stage feels like its own unique adventure, blending tight linear action with just enough exploration to keep things interesting. From ancient temples to the neon-soaked streets of Tokyo, the environments not only look incredible but also force you to adapt your playstyle. The enemy variety is another highlight. You'll face everything from rival ninjas and mechanical spiders to grotesque finds and towering bosses. Each enemy has unique attack patterns, keeping the combat fresh and requiring you to stay on your toes. The game's pacing is fantastic. It balances intense combat with quieter moments of exploration where you can uncover hidden upgrades, collectibles and secret areas. These moments of respite make the action sequences hit even harder. And can we talk about the soundtrack for a second? The remastered score slaps. It's an adrenaline-pumping mix of traditional Japanese instruments and modern-day techno beats. Combine that with the game's visual sound effects and you're fully immersed in Ryu's world. Alright, let's get real. The game isn't perfect. While the remaster fixes a lot, some of the camera issues from the original are still present. You'll occasionally find yourself fighting the camera as much as the enemies. And while the difficulty is part of the charm, it might be a deal breaker for some players. Another nitpick, the lack of truly new content. While the remaster nails the visuals and performance, it doesn't add much in terms of gameplay. No new levels, no extra weapons and no fresh story content. It's essentially the same game we loved or hated back in the day. I loved it, but still gotta make a review. For longtime fans, this remaster has plenty of Easter eggs and callbacks to earlier games. Keep an eye out for hidden collectibles and references to the original Ninja Gaiden trilogy. These little nods are a treat for the series veterans. And let's not forget the legacy of Ninja Gaiden, of course. This series actually paved the way for modern action games like Devil May Cry and Sekiro. Ryu Hayabusa remains one of the most iconic characters in gaming, and this remaster serves as a reminder of why he's still the ultimate ninja. So, the million-dollar question. Is Ninja Gaiden 2 Black Remastered worth your time? Abso-fucking-lutely. If you're up for the challenge at least. This game isn't for the faint of heart, but if you're a fan of skill-based combat, gorgeous environments and over-the-top action, you'll love it. For newcomers, this is the perfect entry point into the franchise. For veterans, it's a nostalgia trip done right. And hey, if you've got Game Pass, there's really no excuse not to try it. One last tip, if you're playing for the first time, don't be afraid to experiment. Try different weapons, explore every nook and cranny, and most importantly, embrace failure. Every death is a lesson, and by the end, you'll feel like a true ninja master. That's a wrap, folks. Thanks for joining me on this journey through Ninja Gaiden 2 Black Remastered. If you enjoyed the review, hit the like button, subscribe to the Gamecast, and let me know in the comments what's your favorite moment from the Ninja Gaiden series. Or how many controllers have you broken trying to beat it. Until next time, and stay sharp, ninjas.